how can we record it XR gameplay? Can you unpack this for people?
It really depends on what you're trying to do. If you're a competitive gamer, chances are you're not using mixed reality capture. If you are someone who's trying to build a big TikTok following, but you're playing fundamentally static games where your body isn't really locomoting, you're just moving, mixed reality tends to be a really good solution for that. So you can slice it in any shape or form you want. With Live today, you can do the full range. You can do everything from first-person capture to virtual cameras to adding your own avatar, all the way up to mixed reality capture. And now with the Meta partnership, mixed reality capture. So capturing a human in the physical space.
Tell me about that, because I think that is one of the very interesting, especially now, how much we are trying. I mean, the industry seems to be moving into that direction, right? So there is more requests, more demand for that mixed reality that eventually will evolve into, let's say, augmented reality when we will have the glasses. But you will still need a way to record and tell stories about what is happening. So can you guide me into that last part, that mixed reality capture of a mixed reality game? Were there specific challenges that made it different from others' way of capturing a gameplay?
Yes, the big fundamental difference is when you're doing mixed reality capture, we actually internally called third-person pass-through mixed reality capture. It's just a bit of a mouthful, so we don't use that externally. The big difference is you're not using a green screen. So the question then becomes, how do you segment the human, like myself on the screen right now, from the background? And that's where the complexity comes in with MRC, mixed reality capture, which is you need some way to segment the human. And today you don't do that in real time. So to capture mixed reality capture today, you would record just like you would with Live normally, but you don't see a preview because you can't have a preview without the segmented human. So you have to do all of that compositing in post. What happens is you get your layers, your foreground, your background, your alpha, and your camera feed. And then in a post-editing software like pick DaVinci Resolve, you would then rotoscope or cut out the human as a separate layer before you do the composite. So it becomes more complex and more time-consuming, which is fundamentally today why it's mostly a developer solution, so that they can work with our trailer production studio and other trailer production studios to film high-quality trailers for their apps.
Because you mentioned another important thing, right? So what is really needed? So there is a level of, let's say, trailer level production for a studio, right? I imagine, for example, Resolution Game have been putting out some incredible trailer, for example, right? Being one among many. So do you ever think of adjusting or to a less needy audience like me, for example, where I might not need that fully fleshed out or crisp edges for digital content or for humans? Like, how do you approach this when you want to get more people beyond just the professional studios trying to record their gameplay?
So for 2025 and beyond, with Meta, the goal is to improve that tooling for creators. And the big unlock there is a real-time segmentation model for the human, so that you can do the capture without having to do any post-editing, which makes it really complicated for most people. What you also might not know is in 2020, I believe it was, we built a mobile application because, of course, most people have a phone in their pocket and there are segmentation models that run on phones. What we found when we released it, even though it was really highly anticipated, is that the combination of what at the time was the Quest 1 and Quest 2 and the mobile phone, even though the setup was dead simple, it was so cool. You take your phone, you take your control and you press, and that was it. The output, the quality of the content was so low that in the marketplace of content on social media, it just really had a hard time standing out. And so while the tech was great and the solution worked well, the video quality wasn't. And that became its death knell.
If you enjoyed this conversation, you can read the rest of the interview on XRI Spotlight by clicking the first link in the episode description. If you enjoy it, make sure to subscribe to the newsletter to get weekly interviews like this one directly in your inbox, and access to a list of tools and apps that allow you to experience Gaussian splatting in VR on Quest or Vision Pro. If reading is not your thing, you can keep watching here on YouTube. Till next time.